Bronze casting and power. How Renaissance Italy turned metal into authority. A single crack in the mold could destroy everything. Months of labor, tons of expensive material, and the reputation of a workshop, or even a ruling family, could collapse in a single failed pour. In Renaissance Italy, bronze casting was not just a craft. It was a gamble with power itself. At first glance, bronze sculpture might seem like an artistic technique. But in the 15th century, it functioned as something far more politically charged. It was a method of making authority permanent. In a world where power was constantly contested, between city-states, families, and emerging institutions, the ability to create lasting images of rulers became a form of control. Bronze did something wood and plaster could not. It survived. Earlier forms of representation were fragile. Wood decayed, paint faded, stone could be broken or repurposed. But bronze, once cast successfully, resisted time, weather, and destruction. It created a sense of permanence that aligned perfectly with political ambition. A ruler depicted in bronze did not feel temporary. It felt inevitable. This is where the lost wax process becomes crucial. The technique required a delicate wax model, carefully sculpted by hand, which was then encased in a mold. When heated, the wax melted away, leaving a hollow space ready to receive molten bronze. It was a process defined by transformation, risk, and precision. One mistake at any stage could ruin everything. A misplaced detail in wax would become permanent in metal. A flaw in temperature control could collapse the entire structure. This fragility made the final result even more powerful. Because something so unstable during creation became something so enduring after completion. In Renaissance workshops, this process was not just technical. It was almost ritualistic. Furnaces roared. Molten alloy flowed like liquid fire. Artisans worked under extreme pressure, knowing that the outcome of a single pour could determine financial survival. And beyond economics, there was reputation. Patronage systems meant that failure was not private. It was public. This is where bronze casting begins to mirror political life in Renaissance Italy. Rulers such as the Medici understood the importance of visibility and permanence. Their influence was not only exercised through armies or alliances. It was also embedded into visual culture. Bronze portraits and statues functioned as psychological tools. They projected stability in unstable times. They created the illusion of permanence in a world defined by shifting power. To stand before a bronze statue of a ruler in Renaissance Italy was to encounter something that felt unmovable. Not just physically, but symbolically. The figure was frozen in authority. The metal resisted decay. The message was clear. This power is not temporary. It is enduring. But behind that illusion of permanence was a process defined by extreme uncertainty. The same system that produced lasting monuments depended on moments of complete unpredictability. Molten metal could fail. Molds could break. Entire projects could be lost in seconds. In this sense, bronze casting mirrored statecraft itself. Both were high-risk systems. Both depended on precision. Both carried the possibility of total collapse. The lost wax process, then, becomes more than a technical method. It becomes a metaphor for power. A fragile model is built. It is destroyed in the process of transformation. And what remains is something far more permanent than the original form. In this way, Renaissance bronze did not simply represent authority. It manufactured it. Through heat, pressure, and irreversible transformation, political identity was literally cast into permanence. And once solidified, it became part of the visual landscape of power. A reminder that authority, like bronze, is strongest when it survives its most dangerous moment of creation.